Hi Sagittarius, this is your April, May, June 2018 general tarot reading. This is strictly for the Sagittarians who are born in the first decan. I'll have the exact dates in the description. I forget which one they are at this moment, but this is only for the first decan Sagittarius people. Okay, so the first row, second row, third row, April, May, June. Here we go. The first row for April for Sagittarians in the first decan. You have the Chariot, the Four of Cups, and the Emperor. The Chariot card is saying that you're either dealing with a Cancer or you yourself have this energy of moving forward. There's definitely a goal setting there, which is not uncommon for a Sagittarius. And you're moving towards this goal. You're very ambitious right now. You're feeling very strong-willed, and you are moving the Chariot in the direction you want to go in. But alternatively, you have to remember the universe. This is a major arcana card, so the universe is actually pushing you along and making sure that you stay on the path that you're supposed to be on. And so I think that this is a card, this is a feeling I have right now, and it sounds really lame, but if you are seeing the 1111, if you're seeing 333, if you're seeing things like that, yes, that does indicate that you are on the correct path, the correct course. The Four of Cups is saying that there was a rejection, an emotional rejection. I think that you just weren't happy in a situation, or somebody wasn't happy with you in a situation. This could have been a romantic partner that you were with. And maybe the Chariot is saying, okay, it's time to move on. Or I'm determined to make this relationship work. One of those two, but somebody definitely wasn't happy and changes needed to be made. The Emperor card is saying that you're probably dealing with an Aries, some of you. If you're not, it's either you or someone you're dealing with. It could be work or romance, but there's definitely a feeling of shot calling, of someone being bossy and confident in their bossiness, like, this is my role. I am supposed to be in charge. You do your role, I'll do my role. And I think that that is the vibe. But don't take it, it's not in reverse, so don't take it in a negative way. However, the Emperor is usually an older gentleman, someone who's your age or older. It doesn't have to be, but this is just an authority figure. This is a father or authority figure, a male dominant figure or masculine. Could be a female who's masculine. Figure in your life who is shot calling, or this could just be you. Maybe you're just being bossy right now for the month of April. For the month of June, you have the Tower card, the Strength card, and the Six of Cups. So you could be receiving news of something very shocking happening. And I think that maybe either the rug gets pulled out from underneath your feet as a leader, as a boss, or you pull it out from somebody else. But either way, this is not something that you should be afraid of. Just know that the Tower card is usually in a reading because something has to change drastically. And if you have been ignoring signs in the past to make changes, if you've seen red flags or seen moments where you could have stepped in and said something, or you could have stepped in and said, hey, I don't want to do that anymore, or I don't like that, and you never did, well, the shit's going to hit the fan with the Tower card, and a change is going to have to be made. Whatever that means. Right after that, you have a Strength card, so you could also be dealing with a Leo. Otherwise, it means that you are being asked to draw upon your strength, upon your inner reserves, and be strong for someone around you. If the Tower card affected someone else, maybe they lost their job, or they lost a friend, or they broke up, or something happened, you need to be strong for them. Otherwise, it's asking you to be strong for yourself if this Tower event happened to you. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. I'm just taking it to a dramatic level because I want you to pay attention. Just kidding. The Six of Cups means that someone from your past comes through. So maybe you hear some news about someone from your past, maybe an ex-lover, maybe a friend that you haven't spoken to in years. But the Six of Cups gives you a nostalgic feeling. You start to think about memories of childhood friends, or you run into someone that you haven't spoken to in a long time. And so it dredges up all these emotions and feelings. It could be a water sign that you're dealing with, but more than likely, it's also a soulmate connection. So if you are single and dating and looking to meet someone, you have a soulmate connection with someone. Yeah. And maybe that could also be the Tower, because you run into this person and you're like, oh, I haven't seen you in ages, and like, well, let's pick up where we left off, and it feels great. Could be a Leo. Leo, Aries, and Cancer are coming really strongly through this. A water sign, not so much, but it is a possibility. The Eight of Coins in June says that you will regain your balance. So if you're looking for balance in work or in love, you will regain a sense of clarity and balance, and just your equilibrium will come back. You could also be dealing with the King of Swords. The King of Swords could be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. I feel like this person is seeking truth with you and seeking honesty with you. And if you've been lying or tall telling or just being a little bit extra, maybe they're saying, hey, tone it down just a little bit and I'll like you more, or whatever. Obviously, nobody's going to tell Sagittarius to tone it down. They'll be like, you tone it down, shut up. So I get that. But the King of Swords is saying it's time to be sharp. It's telling you that in June, your intelligence, your wit, they will be called upon. And so it's time for you to maybe take a mental health day just so that you're sharp for something coming up that's important. Maybe a presentation at work, maybe a first date, something. But we end June with the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords does mean that you're venturing off to a new thing. A Six of Swords is saying that you've mentally decided to move on from a situation. So even if you're emotionally still stuck on something, the Four of Cups is saying that you feel rejected, or there was a rejection emotionally. Maybe you've just decided, all right, mentally I need to get my mind right, and I'm moving on. I'm moving on to something better for me. And maybe you don't know exactly where you're going with the Six of Swords. You have made the decision. You've made a clear, honest, thoughtful decision to make a move forward out of what you've known. And that's what's going to happen in June. Okay, that's your reading for April, May, June 2018 for Sagittarians born in the first decan. Okay, bye. I said bye.